Hello students, let's resolve exercises for lesson 231, Friends and Social Life. Starting with verb practice. I want water. You want water. He wants water. Oops, too much. She wants water. It wants water. We want water. You want water. You want water. And they want water. Interrogative. Do I want water? Do you want water? Does he want water? Sorry, I forgot a verb here. Do I want water? Do you want water? Does he want water? Does she want water? Does it want water? You can change water, coffee, chocolate, cake, dessert, whatever, okay? I'm just using water because water is very common and we all need water and we all want water. Do we want water? Do you want water? And do they want water? Negative. I don't want water. You don't want water. He doesn't want water. I don't want. You don't want. He doesn't want. She doesn't want water. It doesn't want water. We don't want water. You don't want water. And they don't want water. Cool. I want, you want, he wants, she wants, it wants. We want, you want, they want. Do I want? Do you want? Does he want? Does she want? Does it want? Do we want? Do you want? Do they want? I don't want. You don't want. He doesn't want. She doesn't want. It doesn't want. We don't want. You don't want. They don't want. So what do we do now? B. Ask the questions. I want something to read. Something to read. So what do you want? Interrogative form here, okay? Question word plus interrogative form. What do you want? What do you want? Something to read. I want something to read. He wants something to eat. He wants what? Something to eat. So, what does he want? What does he want? He wants something to eat. 3. Jane needs something to drink. Now I'm changing the verb, but simple present tense. Jane needs what? Something to drink. What does Jane need? What? Something to drink. What does Jane need? Jane needs something to drink. 4. The dog wants what? Something to chew. To chew, to put in the mouth and destroy with the teeth. Remember to use our fantastic dictionary. Chew food, to bite and grind with the teeth, like bubble gum, for example. The dog wants something to chew. What does the dog want? The dog wants something to chew. We are exercising the verbs want and need. Interrogative, simple, present tense. That's what we are doing here. The cats, plural. The cats need something to scratch. To scratch. Yes. Cats, they like to scratch things. Here, cause friction. Cut the surface of. Wear away the surface of. Okay? So, or scrape with the fingers as if to relieve itching. So here we go. Thank you, dictionary. I love you. The cat needs something to scratch. What does... Oh, it's plural. Plural. What do the cats need? We are talking about cats in the plural. The cats need. So what do the cats need? What? Something to scratch. C1. Ask the questions considering the underlined verbs. Your mother is arriving from New York in November. In November. When? In November. When is my mother arriving from New York? When? In November. When is my mother arriving from New York? Your mother is arriving from New York in November. His brother is going to Canada in October. When? In October. When is his brother going to Canada? In October. When? In October. When is his brother going to Canada? His brother is going to Canada in October. We are leaving Brazil in January. We are going away from Brazil in January. When are you leaving Brazil? When are you leaving Brazil? In January. When? In January. When are you leaving? We're leaving in January. John is coming from France in March. When? In March. When is John coming from France? In March. When? In March. When is John coming from France? John is coming from France in March. 5. She's arriving in LA in December. She's arriving in Los Angeles in December. LA, Los Angeles. When is she arriving in LA, Los Angeles? When? When is she arriving in LA? She's arriving in LA, in Los Angeles in December. 6. Mary is coming back to work in May. When? In May. Coming back, returning. Coming back, returning. When is Mary coming back to work? When? In May. 7. They are going back to London in August. When are they going back to London? In August. When? In August. 8. Paul and John are leaving their jobs in September. So when are Paul and John leaving their jobs? When? In September. 9. Winter begins in July. Here I'm using simple present tense. Winter begins in July. So when? In July. When does winter begin? When? In July. When does winter begin? Winter begins in July. Jane's father is arriving from Australia in February. Here I'm talking about Australia, okay? Winter begins in July in Australia. When does winter begin? In Australia, down under. Winter begins in July in Australia. Jane's father is arriving from Australia in February. When is Jane's father arriving from Australia? When is Jane's father arriving from Australia? Jane's father is arriving from Australia in February. 11. I'm leaving this country in April. When? In April. When are you leaving this country? When you are going away from this country. I'm leaving this country in April. Summer is ending in June. When? In June. Now I'm using progressive. When is summer ending? When is summer ending? Summer is ending in June. When? In June. When is summer ending? Summer is ending in June. Ask the questions. D1. The party begins in 1 hour. When? In 1 hour. When does the party begin? When does the party begin? The party begins in 1 hour. When? In 1 hour. The class ends in 30 minutes. When? In 30 minutes. When does the class end, Brittany? The class ends in 30 minutes. When? In 30 minutes. The movie begins at 7 o'clock p.m. Now I want to ask about the hour. At 7 o'clock p.m. What time does the movie begin? At 7 o'clock p.m. What time? At 7 o'clock p.m. 4. The teacher arrives in 10 minutes. When? In 10 minutes. When does the teacher arrive? In 10 minutes. When? In 10 minutes. The students arrive at 6:30 p.m. At 6:30 p.m. What time? At 6:30 p.m. What time? Oh, it's the students, plural. So, what time do the students arrive? The students arrive at 6:30 p.m. Okay? Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.